So today for this video, I'm just going to kind of get right into things, and I know that I made a video a lot like this a couple of weeks ago, but it was called How I'm Doing, I think, and I don't know if you saw that or not, but after I posted that video, it came to my attention. I noticed it and I had it pointed out to me as well, but it came to my attention that whenever I make those videos, which is not very often, but when I make them, I tend to do the exact same thing and say the same thing, like I'm reading from a script, except I'm not. I just completely forget that I've made a video that's essentially the same as the one that I'm making in that moment. And I just say that I feel like I owe the video to you guys for all of these reasons, and it's basically the same routine every time, but then I kind of dance around the subject and I don't really share anything, and I'm very vague and I'm not descriptive, and it's misleading because I'm telling you guys that I want to tell you things, but then I don't tell you things. I tell you certain things, but then I like skip over them really quickly or like brush them off. I don't know. I just realized that I was not being as out there as I want to be, and at the same time I don't really want to divulge my whole, is that the word, divulge? I don't want to share every detail of my personal life because, like I said in that video, there are things that I want to keep personal, and I'm still staying very true to that, but I also feel like if I'm gonna make a video about what's going on, it should actually be about what's going on and not about the reason that I'm making the video. Which, I mean, I feel like it should be about both, but I kind of just keep it down to like, this is why I owe you a video, but then I'm not gonna go very far past that. So, I don't know, I shared a couple of things in that video. There were just a lot of things going on, and I mentioned that I went to Aruba, which is a island in the Caribbean, and it was really, really fun. I went there with just my grandma for 3 weeks, and we rode ATVs, which are very similar to UTVs, but they have like a roof, and we went in the pool a lot, and we went to the beach a lot, and we went in a submarine, and we went snorkeling, and we just did a lot of fun stuff. And my grandma was there for 3 months. And it was just kind of an escape that we both needed, because I have a lot of family issues all the time. Family is a big thing for me, and I'm very close with them, but there's also just always things going on. And I know that every family has issues. I know that. I'm not trying to say that I am alone in that, but I think it's fair to say that just because everybody has family problems doesn't mean that I don't still have the right to be upset about them. But anyways, since I've been back, I have been a lot happier. One of the best results that I think is how I felt when I got back, because I didn't realize that it had affected me as positively as it did until I returned and realized that a lot of the stress and anxiety and everything that I was having just was significantly reduced. So yeah, I mean, not to say that I'm still not having a lot of stress and anxiety, because I definitely am, but it's just not as consistent and constant. But yeah, so I told you guys that I had been struggling a little, and by that I meant that I had for a while there just been bouncing back over and over again between slipping and then doing good, slipping and doing good, slipping and doing good, and it wasn't, how do I put this? I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like it's less of an issue than it is, because I do that a lot. It was something that I was least proud of, because I hadn't ever experienced having slips in the past without them turning into relapses. And so I was really happy that I was able to bounce back from them. But the fact that they kept happening over and over and over again, I think was not great, because in recovery, everybody slips. That's just a very common thing. But it's dangerous territory when you are slipping and then not slipping from week to week over and over again. And so I think that inevitably was just gonna send me in a bad direction. And it did, and I wasn't doing my greatest. I was, oh my gosh, it's stressing me out to talk about it, you guys. But so I just started having a lot of issues with restriction, which I don't know if you guys know that, but that's like the main part of my eating disorder is restriction. And so I just kind of fully immersed myself in that for a little while, and it was not good for me at all. I mean, I don't really know a case when it's good for you, so I don't really know if I needed to specify that, but it wasn't great. So then I went on vacation, and I didn't really have the option to engage in my eating disorder in the way that I was. So, like, because I was with my grandma, and I also at the same time just wanted to enjoy my vacation. Like, it would be really sucky to go to a tropical island and spend the entire time obsessing over my food and everything else rather than being able to enjoy it. That's something that's happened in the past where, like, I would go on vacation and then I would get back and be so upset that I didn't even let myself fully enjoy it because I was so consumed by everything in my head. So I really, really tried to be mindful while I was there, and that was really good for me, just to not let my eating disorder win in those moments when I was on vacation. I was going to let that be a good memory that wasn't clouded by all of these negative thoughts. And when I got back, I still was doing pretty good. And you know what? I'm still doing good, but the issue is that the better I do, like the more that I increase my meal plan and everything, I just have worse and worse body image, which I know is very, very, very common and isn't surprising at all to you probably, but it's just disrupting my whole freaking life, and I've been having like worse body dysmorphia than I've ever had in my life too. So it's been really difficult, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that when in the past I have just done everything in a treatment center, which I know that most people don't have that option, and I'm extremely grateful for it. It was an extremely big privilege, and I recognize that, and I really wish that there were more resources for people that don't have the ability to go to treatment. So what I'm saying though is that I've done the majority of my work there, and so now it's a completely different situation than I've been in before, because nobody's forcing me to do anything. I think before, when I was in treatment, it was easy to make excuses for eating like a person should, because people were telling me that I had to, and I didn't really feel like it was my choice. But now that nobody's sitting there observing me, nobody's making me do anything, I have to make all of the choices by myself. And I'm making all of those choices. I'm eating like I should be, and the like negative thoughts in my head are just a lot louder than they were before. Because like I said, I'm making the choice. I'm the one that's pissing off my eating disorder, not care techs and therapists and dietitians. So anyways, yeah, I'm working hard at it, and being back on YouTube has honestly been really, really helpful for me. I think that I tend to do this thing where I self-sabotage and I make choices that initially seem like they're healthy choices, but then they become unhealthy, and I just roll with it. I wasn't really doing anything with my days, and it was making me feel very lost, and I wanted to make YouTube videos, but at the same time I just wasn't doing it, and there were a lot of other things that I wanted to be doing, I just wasn't doing, and that in turn was making me more depressed and more anxious, and I sabotage myself constantly. That's something I really need to work on. So I think another reason that I have a difficult time making this type of video is because I love watching people make videos about their lives and how they're doing and everything, but then when it comes to me, I have a hard time like actually talking specifics, because I feel like who wants to listen to that? Like, who wants to listen to me just sit here and talk about my life? And I know that doesn't make sense, because I love watching other people do that. But that's why my videos that are like this usually don't come off very personal and are a little bit more like rehearsed sounding. Anyways, I don't know how many of you are watching this, how far you got into the video, but thank you for listening to me rant on a little bit. Here's me being freaking real. Hopefully you liked it to some extent. I will see you guys in my next video. As of right now, I'm trying to post every Monday. It's Sunday right now, so hopefully I'll get this put up by tomorrow, but we'll see. And I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you later. Okay, bye.
Feel alive and